everyone, I'm Nettie Kay. Welcome back to my studio. Hey, tonight I'm in my studio. I know it's really different than what I normally do. You guys are used to me coming on in the afternoon with some kind of quirky little lesson on how to paint a still life or how to paint a dog or a squirrel or whatever. But tonight I'd like to show you a little bit different side of my art, and it's a little bit deeper. Now, you know we are complex people, aren't we? We're not always super jovial, we're not always party animals, we're not always happy, we're not always sad, we have all kinds of different emotions. We have anger, we have joy, we have passion, we have all sorts of stuff that we go through as human beings, right? We're not just one thing. So what I'd like for you to do is to embrace what's going on in your life. You know, choose to be upbeat as much as you possibly can, but then also realize that you're going through a pretty tough time right now. Are you not? Yes. And there are moments, especially late at night, when we're quiet and we become reflective, especially if you're alone, where you feel a little bit of that despair thing. You know, I get that. I understand that. It's not all, oh hey, nothing, you know, we're not in denial here. Okay, we're not in denial here. So this is a painting that I did several years ago, and I did this for a group of homeless people that were suffering from addiction, all right? We had a group of people that we teamed up and worked the streets in Portland, Oregon, my husband and I, and a group of people in Portland. And so one day I brought out my canvas, and we had this big, huge, we had about 130 people, that which about half of them were homeless, in an old gymnasium, in an auditorium, kind of gymnasium we made into an auditorium at a community center. And so the lights were down low. I had a spotlight on my canvas. And during the time I was painting, there would be homeless people or people that were recovering, sitting on a stool, taking turns and talking about what they were going through, okay? It's very, very powerful, very rich time, very dramatic time as well. So what I did, just from a technical point of view, I had the canvas, I think the canvas was painted black on the top with acrylic, and then on the bottom it had a brighter color. I think it was like a bright, well, it may have been a tan color if I'm not mistaken, in acrylic, and then it was dry, and then I covered the entire canvas with a really thick oil, just almost black. It was dark pigments, dark phthalo blue, some alizarin crimson, some sap green. And that creates this black. So green, the sap green, alizarin crimson, phthalo blue, and I covered the entire canvas with that black paint. It created a black paint. And then as they were talking, and there was a spotlight on this canvas, I began to create this character down here. And what you could eventually see was that much of the character, okay? But I didn't do it with a brush, I did it with a rag. I took a rag and I wiped out the highlights and created the muscle by just wiping out the highlights and wiping out the character with a rag. Can you believe that? With paper towels, actually. And so, and then after this character was created, then the arm began to emerge, and I brought that arm up to the ground, and then reached up and then added some colored paint with my oil paint and created that the lily up above. And so that's what was happening during that entire little presentation. Such an emotionally powerful time. These are hard paintings to do all the time. You know, for me, I can't do it all the time. It's just too heavy for me. But whenever I do one, and there's about 12 of these type of paintings that I have down in my basement. I hate to say there's no place that I can hang them right now. But maybe I'll share one or two of them with you from time to time. Now, I know that you are going through a difficult time. We all are. The entire planet is going through a really difficult time. And for the most part, I do want to give you great joy whenever you join me in the afternoon for a little bit of art. I'm not going to be, dragging you down with a bunch of sad things. I don't want to do that. This is actually not a sad painting to me. It shows, it's called Blind Hope. That's the name of the painting. And what it shows is that when you are in despair down here at the bottom, something good is most likely going to happen or is happening, especially within your own spirit as you begin to kind of develop that depth of joy. I don't know if we want to call it joy, but there's something different going on, isn't there? Yeah, there really is. Okay, now I don't know what, if you have a faith, if you do or you don't, okay? But you are a spiritual person. I know, you're a spiritual person. For me, I come from a Christian background. You may be Jewish, you may be Muslim, you may be Buddhist, you may not claim to be anything, all right? But you do have a spiritual part of your being, and you need to acknowledge that, especially as an artist. If you can reach in and say, yeah, I'm feeling a little despair right now, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling passionate, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling worried, I'm feeling this, and then apply that to your paint. Wow, you could create something very, very interesting, maybe even like this, all right? So I do want to read something that's just from out of my own faith, and especially because we're coming into we have a lot of various different things that we are missing right now, especially when we gather together for things like Passover and Easter and that sort of thing. And all of our religious holidays are kind of coming around, and we're not really sure how to even interpret them. Yeah, so I'm going to read something to you, and I hope this is meaningful to you. This comes out of the Psalms, out of the Bible, and it's Psalm 30, and I think it kind of attaches to this painting. O Lord my God, I called to you for help, and you healed me. O Lord, you brought me up from out of the grave, and you spared my life from going down into the pit. Sing to the Lord, all of you saints. Praise his holy name, for his anger only lasts a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may remain for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. And when I felt secure, I said, when I felt secure, this is the interesting part. When I felt secure, back when we felt secure a month ago, I said, I will never be shaken. O Lord, when you favored me, you made my mountain stand firm. But then when you hid your face from me, I was dismayed. To you, O Lord, I called. To the Lord I cried for mercy. What gain is there in my destruction, in my going down into the pit? Will the dust praise you? Will it proclaim your faithfulness? Hear, O Lord, and be merciful to me. O Lord, be my help. You turned my wailing into dancing. That's the shift right there. You turned my wailing into dancing. You removed my sackcloth, and you clothed me with joy, that my heart may sing to you and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give you thanks forever. During this resurrection week, may you also be resurrected. And I hope you enjoyed this. I'm not going to do it too often, but I just thought, it's time. Let's just go a little deeper today. And I hope to see you again next time. Have a blessed Easter and Passover, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.